Thank you for taking time to watch this on-demand webinar. My name is Ed Bailey, and I'm the Executive Director of the United Methodist Foundation of Pennsylvania. And it's my hope and prayer that this webinar will be a benefit to the ministry of Christ that you care deeply about. Let's begin. We're going to discuss three specific areas during this webinar. We're going to look at some information about the foundation and its ministries. We're also going to define what exactly a planned gift is and share 6 planned gift ideas for year end. This webinar is really for 2 groups of people. For donors who want to explore simple planned gifts, also for leaders of churches and faith-based organizations who are interested in understanding simple planned gifts that might be of interest to their donors. As always, it's important to check with your own tax professional, as everybody's financial situation is different. Let's begin. The United Methodist Foundation was founded in 1970. We are a member of the National Association of United Methodist Foundations. There are about 48 United Methodist Foundations across the country. We complement and reinforce stewardship ministries. We are a separately incorporated nonprofit corporation, and we are a supporting organization of the Western Pennsylvania Annual Conference, also serving the Susquehanna Annual Conference. Some of the ministries that we firmly believe in is that, one, that together, growing the generosity expressed by the lives of faithful people is really important. That's the primary mission of the foundation. What we do is, well, we provide responsible and faithful investment management for churches, agencies, as well as individuals wanting to establish donor agreements that create endowments that benefit churches and agencies. Adjunctivities include enabling planned giving through which individuals can support Christian ministries. Also, we offer stewardship and leadership education. We provide grants in a limited capacity, and we provide seminary scholarships for laity and clergy. You may already be aware, but we're in the midst of one of the greatest and historical wealth transfers ever. Older generations will pass down some $124 trillion through the year 2048, according to estimates by the consulting firm Cervilli Associates. That is significant. Because of that, there really is a need for planned giving. While religion receives about 23%, according to Giving USA, of all charitable giving, it only receives less than 10% of estate gifts. What's even more interesting is that in 2024, individual giving rose by 5.1% after adjusting for inflation. While overall giving rose, gifts to religion tell a different story. Religious giving, while it increased by 1.9% in 2024, when inflation is considered, religious groups actually experienced a 1% decline in purchasing power. In other words, while more dollars may have been giving in the offering plates, those dollars didn't stretch as far as ministry needs. Religious giving continues to decline as a percentage of overall charitable giving. There are several factors that contribute to this. Well, one is donors today have numerous options for their giving. There are more than 1.5 million nonprofits actively competing for charitable dollars. There are cultural changes and shifting priorities. All of these are changing the way in which donors think about charitable giving. Most churches place a high amount of time and attention on receiving donations from earned income and very little attention to receiving donations from planned gifts. This webinar is about planned giving as year-end gifts. Much of the intergenerational transfer will be accomplished through planned giving. In the past, planned giving was often called deferred giving. However, not all planned gifts are deferred. Planned giving is any gift that requires a professional. Another thought is to switch the words and think about it as gift planning. Gifts can be planned now or in the future. They may involve a person's estate and usually involve giving beyond cash. You've heard it said, cash is king. Dr. Russell James says cash is not king. In the United States, a whopping 98% of wealth is held in non-cash assets. This reality presents a serious challenge for nonprofits, primarily seeking cash donations, competing for only 2% of overall wealth. There are numerous types of planned gifts and blended gifts, and to take a deeper dive into these various types of gifts, feel free to visit the Foundation's website, and there'll be information at the end of this webinar to help you do that. Planned giving is really a type of concept around stewardship. You remember this story in John 21:6 when Peter, James, and John were fishing all night, and they weren't catching any fish. And Jesus came to them and he said, cast the net on the right side of the boat and you'll find some. So they cast it, and now they were not able to haul it in because there were so many fish. Week after week, churches take up an offering, and there's very little change, and very rare, if ever, a planned gift ends up in the offering plate. Planned giving is a vehicle for folks to express their love for Christ through the church by making a planned gift. It's sort of like fishing on the other side of the boat. Don't let the year end pass you by. It truly is a time to count our many blessings and see what God has done. It's also a season to express faith. Year-end giving is a great opportunity to express your faith during the Thanksgiving and Christmas season, a time to give in gratitude for God's greatest gift, Jesus Christ. Expressions of faith can also be expressed not just by giving, but also in a will or a bequest. These types of legacy gifts can have a significant impact on the ministry of Christ for a church or organization that is close to your heart. The first type of planned gift idea is really appreciated assets. Assets that have increased in value can be donated and avoid capital gains tax, and you might even be eligible for a tax deduction for the fair market value. The next slide shows just exactly how that looks on paper. I won't go line by line, but on the left you can see that if you sell stock or appreciated asset, pay tax, and give a gift to the church, your eligibility for a tax deduction begins at $8,800. But if you give that same appreciated asset directly to the church, your eligibility increases because the gift increases. A tax deduction potential to be added to other itemized expenses of $10,000 because you avoid the capital gains tax by making that appreciated asset a gift directly to the church. The Foundation website has more information about this type of gift, and the Foundation is also able to process electronically these types of gifts. And gift idea number 2, consider donating a life insurance policy. Policies for which the purpose no longer exists may mitigate the need for that insurance. And a life insurance policy can be a gift to a ministry that's close to your heart. And again, the foundation's website has more information about this type of gift if you're considering it. Idea number 3, IRA qualified charitable distribution. If you are 70 and a half, you can directly donate up to $108,000 annually. Note that if you are of mandatory distribution age, the annual required minimum distribution can be given directly to your favorite qualified charity and avoid tax liability on the required minimum distribution. Contact your IRA administrator for more information. Note, to avoid tax liability, the distribution must be made directly from the IRA administrator to the charity. Again, the foundation's website has more information, including videos about this and other types of gifts that you can make. Planned gift idea number 4, create a donor advised fund. A donor advised fund is a program of a charity that allows donors to make contributions to the charity by establishing a fund. The donor may become eligible to take an immediate tax deduction and then make recommendations on their own timetable for distributing the funds to qualified charitable organizations. A donor advised fund allows you to make a one-time irrevocable gift that creates a charitable fund which you may recommend annual gifts to ministry of your choice and one that's close to your heart. The benefit is that rather than having to make multiple charitable gifts, you can make one charitable gift and only have to deal with one receipt instead of several receipts. And then you can make grants from your donor advised fund to other charities. Again, the foundation's website has more information about this and other types of charitable giving arrangements. Gift number 5, beneficiary designation. A beneficiary designation, such as that on a retirement account, investment account, or life insurance policy, is another simple and affordable way to make a charitable gift. Simply contact the administrator of your account and tell them that you want to update your beneficiary form, and you can add a church or ministry close to your heart on that beneficiary form. And finally, planned gift idea number 6, create a bequest. A bequest is a simple gift made through your will or trust. It's one of the most popular and flexible ways that you can support your church or favorite ministry that's close to your heart. The foundation's website, again, has a lot of language that you can use to put in your will when making this type of gift. There's also a portal for attorneys and tax accountants to be able to assist them in helping them assist you. For more planned gift ideas and take a deeper dive into some of these concepts that we've talked about and shared, scan the QR code, and there are videos and items that you can read about to make these types of planned gifts. It's my hope and prayer, again, that this webinar is a helpful way for you to think about making a planned gift at the end of this year for a ministry that's close to your heart. God's grace be with you, and have a great day.